Hi, this is Chronicles, and I'm your host, Simon Rushton. Today we have a young guy who's very entrepreneurial, probably much more than I was at his age, and he's got his own clothing line. He's been explaining it to me in great detail, but instead of me going into depth and relaying, it's better to hear from the horse's mouth. So it's great to have you today, Ricardo.
Thank you.
So tell us first, what made you get into this?
Truthfully, it was just an idea that I just randomly got. I was living in Kent at the time, and I was doing other things to make money, to put it that way. Yeah. I was doing other things to make money, and one day I just said to myself, I'm gonna create a clothing line, because clothes is something I've always cared about. Do you get what I mean? I always want to look good. Always something that I got from my dad more than anything. But yeah, it was just an idea I got. Within like a week or two of the idea, the name that I had for it initially was ATM. I was gonna call it ATM, which stood for all types of money, so that like anybody could wear it type thing. That was the thinking behind it. But then like a week after telling them, like, one or two of my friends about it, one of them sent me a screenshot of another brand called ATM in it. So in my head I had to change the name, so I changed it to Trapfitte, which was just like a little nickname that my friends and that gave to me. But the word trap in itself is like, it's an acronym for take risks and prosper. Okay. So it's trap fitted, and fitted just because of the clothing element of it. So yeah, started the clothing line, and then within like 3 weeks of me starting the clothing line, I found just a business that I was able to just print 1 or 2 pieces. So I went and I made a jumper and 2 t-shirts, started from there, started wearing it, and then people just started taking interest, and I just started printing things for like my little brothers, a couple of my friends, and over the years it's just
So would it be fair to say it's grown from friends and family
to now I've got people that buy stuff off me I've never met. I've got people that buy stuff off me. One example, one day I was coming back from Kent, and I was coming down the stairs. Sorry, one second. I was coming down the stairs in St. Pancras station, and this guy just came up to me, this light-skinned guy. And you know how, like, being a young guy, I was like 21 at the time. In my head, I'm thinking, do you get me? Like, it's a problem or something. Yeah, do you get what I mean? It's late night as well. I'm thinking, what does this guy want? But this guy just wanted to borrow change. Like, do you get me? It was just a guy like me, do you get what I mean? A young guy like me. Said that his Oyster card, something was wrong with his Oyster. He asked me to borrow £2. I gave him a £5. And then
That's kind of you.
Yeah, I just gave it to him. I had on one of my jumpers, and he just asked me where I got the jumper from. I told him it was my brand. He couldn't believe it was my brand. Do you get me? He was just like, "Wow, you're 20 and you got your own clothing line." And at the time, obviously, I didn't think it was even a thing. Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, I just thought it was, you get me? It's just a clothing line, and I didn't see it as anything. But he said he's gonna follow me on Insta. The next day, he actually followed me on the Instagram. The following week, he came and got a jumper for me. Like, this guy I just met randomly in St. Pancras station. Okay. And to this day, he still buys stuff off me.
Okay, well, it shows there's value in what you do.
Yeah, because you know what it is, I put my main emphasis is on quality. Do you get me? I always said, if your stuff is quality, people buy it. Do you get what I mean? Like, so yeah, I focus mainly on the quality. I don't really focus on the money side of things either, because it's like, the more customers you gain, the more money you're gonna make. Do you get what I mean?
So would you say your market is like teens to mid-20s, or
I'll be totally honest, like, that I don't really want to say that's my market, because that's not my target. I'm not trying to limit myself. Yeah, do you get me? I try to make pieces that everybody could wear. Do you get what I mean? So I'll have things like this, what I'm wearing now. This jumper's got like a mask on it. Do you get what I mean? I know younger people prefer this, but like, I wouldn't offer to sell this to an older person, if that makes sense. Do you get what I mean? So I've just got different designs for different people, but the majority of people that buy my clothing is within that age group. So like teens to like late 20s.
Apart from the quality, what would you say attracts people to buying your product? Like, what would you say that guy was so impressed about? Was it the logo? What was it?
Probably, yeah. I think it was just the simplicity of the design. This was the design that I had on the jumper. This is the name of the brand. This is my original logo. This is the main logo.
Okay.
And the 1405 that you can see here,
Mm.
that it was my son's due date. So that's how I came up with the 1405 in the brand. So it's trap fitted 1405. The 1405 is my son's due date. But I just stuck with it.
Okay, so it seems like it's. So where do you see the future of your business going?
I don't really see a limit on it, I'll be honest. Like the ultimate aim is to have a high-end shop, you know? Like have a nice shop one day that can compete with these big brands. Do you know what I mean?
Would you say it's worth having a shop in, like, especially with you, not being patronising, with your age group, everything's over virtual.
It's true.
So you could just
It's true.
dominate the market virtually.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I personally wouldn't bother with a shop because
It's
you got
true.
a real tech savvy.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
It's
Why
true,
invest
but
overheads, all these things.
it's true what you're saying. And as well, like even little things like a website. I have a website, but people would think that the website is a lot more vital to the business than it actually is, because I'll be totally honest with you, I've had a website for over 2 years and I've made no sales on my website. All of my sales I've made on social media. Do you get it? So like, you gotta find what your
audience,
what your tool is. Do you get what I mean? Like,
but can I point out something or suggest something? So I've had a clothing line. I used to own a gym.
yeah,
But what I would say the website gives is some authenticity.
yeah, definitely.
So if you have your website from the start and people can relate to the website, if it's just social media to anybody, let's say you wanted to partner with Amazon and you said, listen, this is my niche market, or these are most people, I think the British youth or the British blah 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 will be interested in this, and they say, okay, can you produce 5,000 a week or something like that?
Yeah.
They would look at you to see your website, because your website would also hold your analytics along with. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, it's very true. I know what you're saying. It's true. And this is what I was saying before we started recording. I was saying like it hasn't got to that like a point of, I don't know how to put it, but like as it's growing, I'm starting to put certain things into place, if that makes sense.
You know what you want. I don't know who you know as those grime artists and things.
Yeah, I know a few.
That guy, what's that tall guy? I forgot his name.
Stormzy.
Yes. Yeah. If you could give him a jumper.
Yeah.
And he wears it one time.
Yeah. It's true.
The work's done for you.
No, it's true. That stuff works. That stuff does work, because I've got friends who are just local rappers. They're not even anything on his scale. And even when they just shout it out, if they just post it on their Snapchat or their Instagram, I get tens of followers, do you know what I mean, at a time. And they've only got a platform that has 20-odd thousand followers, do you know what I mean? Stormzy's got millions of followers. But like, you gotta know, do you know what I mean? You gotta know the right people. A lot of stuff in life comes down to who you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Comes down to who you know.
I had one of my mates was doing security for Stormzy. So maybe I could give him a call and see what, and see if, see what can happen in
definitely.
that regard. But it's good what you're doing.
No, I appreciate it.
It's really good what you're doing. I'm very, very impressed. I thought I'd put it down. You haven't said the brand, the name of the company.
Trap Fitted. It's called Trap Fitted. It's Trap Fitted.
Do you want to spell it just to make sure they know?
TRAP and then the word fitted, FITTED.
And social
1405. So it's Trap Fitted 1405 on Instagram. And my Snapchat is Papilito, PAP1LITO. For all of the latest Trap Fitted clothing. Yeah.
So thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks for that. So guys, you heard it there. Young entrepreneur with his brand, doing really well, also looking after his son. Everything that society likes to think that we can't do, we are doing in that respect. On another note, I hope you like that. Please leave a voice message or an email in response to the kind of episodes that you would like to hear and things like that. Don't forget to listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investing Stories, all about entrepreneurs who've invested in Africa from around the world, the good things, the bad things, and the things to look out for, and just make money. Remember, Africa has the fastest 7 growing economies on the planet and has done for many, many years. Anyway, have a good day and peace.